Hello everyone and welcome to LMU Community TV News. I'm Ashley Hurley. Thank you for joining us. As of August 1st of this year, all campuses affiliated with Lincoln Memorial University will be tobacco-free. A lot of questions are being asked about the new policy currently being worked on. We visited the tobacco-free kickoff luncheon last Friday, and our own Thomas Miracle caught up with Director of Human Resources Libby King, who answers a few of those questions.
Thomas Miracle, and I'm here with Miss Libby of Human Resources. And Miss Libby, can you tell me what the tobacco-free campus actually means?
It means that LMU, the whole campus, main campus and extended sites, will be going tobacco-free. That is cigarettes, chewing tobacco, anything like that that is related with tobacco. Products will not be used on campus, and that's effective August 2015.
Okay, and can you also tell me how do you guys plan to enforce this new rule per se?
Well, we're not going to use anything strong, anything like that. We're just going to use encouragement as far as getting people to quit, and it won't be punitive measures, nothing like that, just some soft soap. Things like that. We may stop the person who is smoking and say that this is a smoke-free campus, give them some mints, some chewing gum, or a t-shirt or a card that will show them how they can get some help to quit smoking.
Okay, and for the employees that do smoke on campus, is LMU implementing any kind of smoking cessation classes for them, or is it going to be on their own?
It will be partly on their own, but our employee assistance program does give some hotlines that they can call, and we can give them some other things like the American Lung Association has some good quit smoking tips, and we will help them as much as we can.
As August 1st gets closer, there will be more information released on the policy, and we will be on top of the latest details to keep you informed on what you need to know. This past weekend, the Abraham Lincoln Library and Museum hosted Lincoln scholars from across the country for the 2015 Civil War Symposium. The symposium, titled War in the Mountain for Religion, Death, and Martyrdom and the Civil War, addressed issues the nation faced at the end of the Civil War. Director of the Abraham Lincoln Library and Museum, Thomas Mackey, opened the weekend Friday evening with a welcome to Speaker Warren Greer, who spoke on the ideas that influenced American religion from the Great Awakening through the Civil War. Saturday included an opening from Mr. Mackey, followed by lectures given by Lincoln Memorial University professors Dr. Michael Toomey and Dr. Earl Hess. The symposium wrapped up Saturday afternoon with a question and answer session conducted by Mr. Mackey. The symposium was supported by the Dr. Robert L. Kincaid Endowed Research Center. Mark your calendars now for the upcoming 3rd Annual Acoustic Music Week. Bluegrass artists Dale Ann Bradley and Steve Gully are teaming up with Lincoln Memorial University to present the Acoustic Music Week on June 21st through 26th during LMU's Arts in the Gap. The week-long workshop provides an opportunity for musicians, singers, and songwriters to enhance their skills and draw inspiration from the area. Bradley and Gully will provide the vocal and songwriting instructions, and adding to the class instruction, the workshop will also include group activities and jam sessions. If you want to participate, you can choose from residential and non-residential options. The residential option is $475 for the entire week. This choice includes all events, meals, and lodging in LMU residence halls. The non-residential option includes only meals and instruction for $350. After this Friday, though, the residential option goes up to $500 and the non-residential option is $375. Online pre-registration is required at www.acousticweek.org. And for a full schedule, including links to registration pages, you can go to lmunet.edu/artsinthegap. The Lincoln Memorial University community continues to mourn the loss and celebrate the life of Robert H. Watson, Jr. Watson, a university trustee and prominent Knoxville attorney, passed away following a brief illness on April 11, 2014. To honor Watson, university officials, along with his family, friends, and legal colleagues in Knoxville, gathered to dedicate the courtroom of the LMU John J. Duncan Jr. School of Law in his honor. Watson played an integral role in the founding of LMU DSAL and first served as chair of the advisory board as LMU developed its plans for a School of Law in August of 2008. In May of 2009, Watson officially joined the LMU Board of Trustees. Watson's widow, Pat, was also in attendance and shared stories about how her husband was a dedicated family man and had a career that he was passionate about. LMU President B. James Dawson was joined by Pat Watson, Chairman of the Board, Pete DeBusk, and others to unveil a portrait to commemorate the naming of the Robert H. Watson Jr. courtroom. Get your tennis shoes laced up and get ready for the Light the Night 5K that is being presented by the Physician Assistant Program Class of 2016. The race is scheduled for June 19th at the Harrogate City Park with registration beginning at 7:30 and the race starting at 8:30. All proceeds from the race will benefit the Second Harvest Food Bank of East Tennessee, which will benefit Food for Kids. Food for Kids is a collaborative effort between Second Harvest and the ever-increasing number of public schools within the food bank's 18-county service area. The program is designed to provide healthy, easily prepared food to some of the most vulnerable children in our community, those children who may be missing meals on a regular basis. Registration for adults is $35 before April 30th and $40 after. Youth 18 and under can register for $20 before April 30th or $25 after. Registration fee does include entry into the race, a Light the Night 5K t-shirt, and 2 glow-in-the-dark bracelet and a necklace. To register or for more information, you can visit www.lmupa5k.com. Now, coming up after the break, it's going to be a very busy weekend around here, and if you don't have plans, stick around and we will give you a few ideas to get you and your family outdoors to enjoy the beautiful weather. Keep it right here.
Join the Vive Broadband TV revolution. Vive gives you the freedom to choose with loads of new channels like Up TV, The Hub, The Blaze, and Cubo. Vive's Watch TV Everywhere feature gives you the freedom to watch participating channels just about anywhere, anytime, on any device. And Vive Broadband Speed gives you the freedom to power internet TV services like Netflix, Hulu, Apple TV, and Google Chromecast. Join the TV revolution at vivebroadband.com.
Don't worry, 74 people were picked before me in the NFL draft.
To fight childhood obesity, United Way and the NFL are helping kids play at least 60 minutes a day.
Okay, time for the team obstacle course. Yay!
What this place needs is more healthy kids. To get involved or donate, go to unitedway.org/play60.
Now I get it.
If I got to go to college, oh my goodness. I like discovering new things. You get to see what works for you and what doesn't. That helps you evolve as a person. You get to make like a supernova of skill or talent or whatever it is. I've always wanted to go to college. I just feel like that's my destiny. My name is Queen, and I am your dividend.
Welcome back. This Saturday, one of the most popular events of the year is taking place, the 5th Annual Doggy Dash and Community Wellness Expo at the DeBusk College of Osteopathic Medicine. Registration will begin at 9 o'clock that morning. The Doggy Dash benefits the Claiborne Animal Shelter and is sponsored by the Student Osteopathic Medical Association and the Association of Military Osteopathic Physicians and Surgeons at LMU DCOM. The event features a dog costume contest, photography, face painting, meet the puppies, homemade dog treats, and more. You are welcome to bring your dog with you, but it is not a requirement to participate if you are walking or running. The pre-registration is currently $25 and there is no registration fee for dogs and children 12 and under. Dogs, though, must be on a leash at all times. You can register online at alumni.lmunet.edu/Doggy-2015. Coming up this weekend, the Back the Bears, or Be Educated and Responsible Stewards, invite you to join park staff and friends at the Cumberland Gap National Historic Park for a special celebration of bears. The special event will be held at the Park Visitor Center featuring exhibits, special presentations, kids' activities, and demonstrations. The event is free and open to everyone, so the park invites you to come out and have some fun. Part of the presentation will include information on how low harvest of food sources left black bears throughout the region with little or nothing to eat before going into their winter hibernation. This means that when they are waking up, they are also waking up wanting a snack. This is leading them to roam further through spring and summer looking for food. One thing they are asking is that you please keep all trash and food stored properly. The park is also asking that everyone do your part by spreading the word. Now you can support the Pat Summitt Foundation and enjoy a day of paddling on the Powell River in the first ever Powell River Kayak and Canoe Regatta in Tazewell. The event is being held on Saturday, May 2nd. The regatta is a 12-mile race along the Powell River beginning at the Wellbeing Conference Center. Entry fees are $25 for single kayak events and $45 per boat for double kayak and canoe events. For more information on the first ever Powell River Kayak and Canoe Regatta, you can check out the information on the Claiborne County Chamber of Commerce website at claibornecounty.com. As we all know, we are in the most critical time of the year for severe weather outbreaks. Part of that severe weather is hailstorms. So to tell us more about hail during these storms, here is our weather spotter, Rachel Maddie.
The main ingredients for hail formation are ice-condensing nuclei, super-cooled water droplets, latent heat, and powerful updrafts. Super-cooled water must come in contact with an ice-condensing particle, such as dust, pollen, or insects for ice to form. The temperature of the droplet is less than 32 degrees Fahrenheit, yet it will remain in liquid form. If the supercooled nuclei are not present, then droplets will remain unfrozen. The supercooled water will instantly freeze and turn to ice once the water droplets touch an ice-condensing particle. Hail starts out small, but as it contacts other water droplets and hailstones, its size will increase. The hail is held in the sky by an air current or updraft until it is too heavy and will fall to the ground. Large hail can only form when the updraft is powerful and tilted or spiraling. A strong updraft, tilt, warm and cool air, and spiraling, well, these are all also key ingredients in the formation of tornadoes. Hail is often associated with tornadoes because of the spiraling air in a supercell storm needs a strong updraft to tilt the spiral vertically to form a funnel or tornado. When the air tilts vertically, you may even have hail and a tornado fall at the same time. However, tornadoes also need several other ingredients to form that hail doesn't. So even though hail often falls in a tornado-producing supercell, hail doesn't always mean a tornado is on its way. For more weather facts and information, check out weather.gov.
Okay, so what would you bring to my company?
What do you need?
I need problem-solving skills.
I got through high school without a car, a phone, or a computer.
No college degree, though.
Not yet, but life's taught me a lot, and I'm ready for more.
Well, you're not the typical kind of candidate that I hire. but you are exactly what I'm looking for.
Your company could be missing out on the candidates it needs most. Learn how to find a great pool of untapped talent at gradsoflife.org.
Right, mi cariño. So like I said, everything I learned about cooking, I learned from Grandma's empanadas. Shall we go again?
Yep.
Mix beef with the onions with the peppers with the paprika with the garlic with the oregano with the cumin. Got it?
Got it.
Throw in the olives, stir, season, stir again, pour out the flour, roll out the dough, make a circle, drop in a fistful of filling, fold over, press down, and ta-da!
Most parenting is hard to do in just 2 minutes. But 2 minutes twice a day making sure they brush is easier, and it could help save them from a lifetime of tooth pain.
How can I help my daughter with her reading?
Searching for help with Dachshund Reading.
No.
Let me try. Sarah's bright, but when she's reading, she has trouble sounding out words.
Playing world music.
What?
I give up.
Wait, I was trying to show you how Sarah feels every day. Frustrating, isn't it? Redirecting to understood.org.
Join parents and experts at understood.org, a free online resource about learning and attention issues to help your child thrive.
Thank you. You got a king?
Go fish.
The smallest moments can have the biggest impact on a child's life. Take time to be a dad today.
Welcome back. The LMU baseball and softball teams finished off their regular seasons last week, with both teams looking to make that final push toward a high seed in the upcoming South Atlantic Conference tournament. Let's start with the softball teams, who were busy last week as they hosted 3 different conference opponents in 3 days thanks to Mother Nature. Last Thursday, the ladies hosted Lenore Ryan for a doubleheader that they probably wish they could do over. In Game 1, the Bears got on the board early and often as they put up 3 runs in the first inning. LMU answered back in the bottom of the first with a Jennifer Moose RBI single, but that would be all the offense the Rail Splitters would muster up. LR once again struck in the third with 5 runs and added 3 more in the fifth to the 11-1 win in 5 innings. Samantha Smith took the loss for LMU, going 2 1/3 innings, allowing 6 earned runs, striking out 2, but walking 3. Game 2 was a new game for LMU, and it looked like they had settled down. The Lady Rail Splitters got on the board in the second on an RBI sac fly by Savannah Couch, and from there it turned into a defensive struggle. Just when it looked like LMU would pull out the win and split the series, LR Sydney Landreth hit a 2-run home run out to right center field to give the Bears the 2-1 lead that would eventually be the final tally. Samantha Smith once again got saddled with the loss, this time going the full 7 innings, allowing the 2 earned runs while striking out 3. On Friday, the Lady Rail Splitters came back to the Dorothy Neely Field looking to get in a series with Mars Hill that was scheduled for earlier in the week. In Game 1 of the doubleheader, it looked like it was going to be a defensive struggle as the first run finally came in the 3rd inning on an RBI sac fly by Meredith Johnson that gave LMU the 1-0 lead. The Lions would return the favor in the 5th inning on an Alicia Peck RBI single, and the 2 would then go tied at 1 into extra innings. Finally, LMU broke loose from the tie in the bottom of the 10th inning on an Emily Solomon RBI single that would score Ashley Hunter to give LMU the 2-1 win. Samantha Smith pitched 10 innings worth of work, giving up 6 hits, 1 earned run, and striking out 2. Game 2 of the series would not go to extra innings, but the fans in attendance still got their money's worth. LMU opened up the scoring in the bottom of the second on a Meredith Johnson solo home run. Mars Hill answered with a 6-run 3rd inning to take the lead 6-1. Amanda Snow hit a 3-run home run to left center field in the bottom half of the 3rd, but the Lions still led 6-4. Jennifer Moose hit an RBI sac fly in the 5th, but LMU still trailed and would do so until the 7th inning. That's when Amanda Snow hit an RBI double and Jennifer Moose hit an RBI walk-off single that would score Snow and give the winning run to give LMU the 7-6 win. Snow would end the game with 4 RBIs, while Samantha Smith went back to the circle in relief and picked up her 10th win of the season, going 4 innings and striking out 1. On Saturday, LMU would once again come back to the ballpark for a conference doubleheader. This time their opponent was Wingate University. In Game 1, the scoring would hold off until the 4th inning. That's when Wingate's Alexis Burrell hit a solo home run to give the Bulldogs the lead. The Bulldogs would add 1 run in the 6th and 4 more in the 7th to take the lead 6-0. LMU would make a furious comeback attempt but fell 1 run short, falling to Wingate 6-5. Samantha Smith went the distance for LMU, taking the loss, going 7 innings, allowing 6 earned runs while striking out 2. Game 2 started out better for the Lady Rail Splitters as Jennifer Moose hit an RBI double and Megan Tice hit a 2 RBI single to give LMU the 3-0 lead after 1 inning. From there, Wingate took control. The Bulldogs answered with 4 runs in the 2nd inning, 3 more in the 5th, and 3 more in the 7th to win 10-3 over LMU. Brianna Taylor took this loss, going 7 innings, giving up all 10 runs earned while only striking out 3. The ladies will finish the season with a record of 22-22 and 11-11 in conference play. LMU will enter the upcoming SAC tournament as the 7th seed and will face 2nd seeded and last season's tournament champion Anderson University. The Trojans and the Lady Rail Splitters split the season series. The first pitch is scheduled for 12:30 p.m. on Thursday, April 23rd in Hartsville, South Carolina. The LMU baseball team spent the final weekend of the season on the road in Anderson, South Carolina, taking on the Trojans, looking for a good finish to the season. The 3-game series got started on Friday with a doubleheader that didn't really go LMU's way. Anderson got on the board in the 2nd, 3rd, and 4th innings on their way to a 4-1 victory. Logan Augustine got the lone RBI for LMU in the 9th inning, while Brandon Jean took the loss, only going 4 innings, giving up 3 earned runs and striking out 4. LMU started out better in Game 2 as Eric Cowman hit an RBI sac fly in the 1st inning to give LMU the early lead. However, Anderson tied up the game in the 3rd on a Brett Cash RBI triple, and finally Garrett Bernardo hit an RBI walk-off single in the 7th to pull out the win for Anderson 2-1. Ryan Burleson got tagged for the loss in relief, only going 1 2/3 innings but giving up the winning run. The single game on Sunday was rained out, and the LMU men finished their season at 24-20 overall and 15-12 in conference play. They will enter the SAC baseball tournament as the 4th seed, and they will face 3rd-seeded Tusculum on Friday at 7:30 p.m. in Forest City, North Carolina. To keep up with both the LMU baseball team and the LMU softball team's runs through the conference tournaments, go to LMURailsplitters.com. And finally, the Tennessee Smokies will be on the road this week in Jackson, Mississippi, facing the Jackson Generals for a 5-game set. They'll be back at home on Saturday, April 25th, to start a 5-game set against the Chattanooga Lookouts. Now that's all for sports. However, stay tuned. Joseph Lewis will have everything you need to know about the box office from last week when we return.
When you're out there, there's no telling what you'll find.
I see it, I see it. Oh, look at you.
There are some moments only the forest can inspire. Find yours at discovertheforest.org.
Hello, I'm Joseph Lewis, bringing you all the latest information in the world of movies. Tops at the box office this weekend were led for the 3rd week in a row by Furious 7, adding yet another $29 million to its now $294 million domestic gross. However, the success of Furious 7 has not been limited to the United States, as after only 8 days of screenings in China, it has racked up an additional whopping $250 million. Overall, Furious 7's worldwide total sits at $1.15 billion after an extraordinarily short amount of time in theaters, making it the 7th highest grossing movie of all time, rapidly encroaching upon the territory of box office juggernauts like Frozen and Iron Man 3. Following at number 2 was newcomer Paul Blart Mall Cop 2 with $24 million, a solid opening number considering it's been 6 years since the release of the first film. And rounding out the top 3 was the found-footage cyber horror movie Unfriended, beginning its run with $16 million. Meanwhile, Disney Nature's latest release, Monkey Kingdom, made a fine debut for itself with $4.5 million, and the Jonah Hill and James Franco starring crime drama True Story also pulled solid starting numbers, drawing $1.9 million from just over 800 screens. Faring less well in limited release was Child 44, a mystery thriller starring Tom Hardy, Noomi Rapace, and Gary Oldman that drew a mere $600,000 and was met with generally poor critical reception. Next weekend should be relatively quiet at the box office as Hollywood prepares itself for what will undoubtedly be the mammoth release of Avengers: Age of Ultron. But coming to theaters will be The Age of Adeline, a romantic fantasy starring Blake Lively as a woman who becomes immortal following a freak accident, and Game of Thrones' Michael Weisman as the man she falls for. Harrison Ford and Ellen Burstyn co-star. Also arriving on the big screen is Little Boy, a World War II set faith-based drama about an 8-year-old boy's struggle to keep hope alive while his father goes away to serve his country. Young actor Jacob Salvati stars, while Kevin James, Emily Watson, and Tom Wilkinson, among others, round out the supporting cast. Both Little Boy and The Age of Adeline begin playing nationwide starting this Friday, April 24th. In review this week, is Paul Blart Mall Cop 2? Yes, they made a second one, and this latest Kevin James vehicle is the kind of movie that makes fair appraisal almost impossible. The story kicks off when Blart is invited to Vegas to speak at what can only be characterized as a rent-a-cop convention in an upscale hotel. And as the event takes place, a team of crooks plan to steal several valuable pieces of artwork from inside the premises. However, though Blart immediately jumps at this apparent call to action, there is a catch. His daughter also happens to be along for the ride, and while her father remains his usual overprotective self, she decides she's had enough of his helicopter parenting and decides to sneak off while he's away. From there, she is taken hostage, and it's up to Blart to stop the criminals and save his daughter, all the while proving to his esteemed mall security colleagues that his legend is no myth. Between its Die Hard for Dummies premise and the simple fact that Kevin James lumbers around like an imbecile for 90 minutes straight, it goes without saying that this sequel offers few ideas that the first movie didn't already cover. The relationship between Blart and his daughter is kind of sweet, and if anything gives the movie a sense of heart, but the success of everything surrounding that relationship will be solely dependent upon one's sense of humor. Blart falls down? Check. Blart gets kicked by a horse? Check. Blart gets a dancing lesson from a giant bird right before said bird attacks him? Check, check, check. Needless to say, the level of comedy in Mall Cop 2 is not sophisticated, and some of the avenues it goes down come completely out of nowhere. If you had told me that within the first 5 minutes our hero would go through a heartbreaking divorce and experience the death of his own mother by way of a freak milk truck accident, well, I wouldn't have believed you, but here we are. The film is lighthearted and cheerful, but dim-witted just the same, and personally, its biggest crime is that in a scenario where Blart's daughter is taken and he's tasked with saving her, not a single Liam Neeson joke is made. Shameful. Fans of the first film may want to check this sequel out, but in the interest of Kevin James' career and credibility, it's quite possible that this franchise needs to Paul Blart Mall stop. That's all for this week in the world of movies. I'm Joseph Lewis.
And that is going to do it for this week's LMU Community TV News. Thank you for joining us, and for everyone behind the scenes, I'm Ashley Hurley.